welcome back to the Cartoon Show.
Stupid Disney Channel canceled stupid promos after one season, thinking they're focusing more on expanding their Oh, whoops.
Really?
Sorry, I was a little bit fed up with, I found some news over the weekend that something didn't go well with Disney, but Disney is kind of the focus of this video because we need to talk a little bit about something that you all have been talking about for, I wouldn't say about 4 years, because this started in 2022 and we're about to head into 2026. So I'm going to say around 3.5 years that this has been happening. So by this point, you all know by now that we've been dealing with a whole bunch of stuff going on with HBO Max and all the animation purges and all that stuff. But we need to set the record straight and tell you exactly what's going on. So we need to talk about everything that's going on once and for all, because the Purge part is true. Everything we know about the Purge, because we were all fearing it was a tax write-off. But this is because they wanted HBO Max to be more of a profitable streaming service, and they wanted to focus on quality over quantity instead of having like a huge scale. And they had to remove some things to try and save money. But no, don't think that this was like tax write-offs or anything, kind of like what happened to Batgirl.
And don't start blaming David Zaslav, thinking that everyone just wants to watch unscripted reality television where we see housewives throwing drinks at each other, or people running around the woods in their birthday suits.
Yeah, because they're starting to remove the Discovery side too. So, so in a way, both sides are being tossed out of the service.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, if you have no idea what we've been explaining for the last minute or two, we're basically talking about what's going on with Cartoon Network in the world of streaming.
Yeah, because as we mentioned, this is about HBO Max or HBO. Okay, the name is also a very confusing aspect because HBO Max rebranded to Max in May of 2023, as everybody knows and loves, with the plan of kids and family content, but the platform has not done particularly well on that scale because of adults coming back to that platform. So they had to change it to more of an adult service, so they had to get rid of the blue and all the pizzazz and everything. And instead of the blue, we got changed back to black. And then, what do you think happens then? They changed the name back to HBO Max!
To the both of us, we think them changing the name from HBO Max to Max, and then back to HBO Max again? Then why'd you rename it in the first place?
I guess they just thought HBO was kind of irrelevant in the name or something. I guess they wanted to talk about all of their brands. Here's the name you guys should have gone with. Warner Max. Am I right or am I right?
Technically, that name has already been taken, but enough of that.
Yeah.
We actually found out that aside from many Cartoon Network shows and movies and other projects getting removed from the soon-to-be renamed HBO Max, Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus have been expanding their library of Cartoon Network content.
Yeah, and that's actually because of the Hulu on Disney Plus thing. That started as a beta in December 2023, and it fully launched for everybody, for every Disney Bundle subscriber, in March of the following year. Cartoon Network content has actually shifted there. But not only that, if you look on the trending list sometimes, The Amazing World of Gumball is actually at the trending spot because of this bundle feature.
So basically, Hulu subscribers have been watching Cartoon Network over on Hulu more than HBO Max.
Because by doing so, they're having Warner Brothers have a better chance to work with Disney for a brighter future of streaming content that's for kids and families. And they're also licensing out to other platforms, including Tubi and Amazon Prime, which now, speaking of Amazon, now has Batman Cape Crusader and Merry Little Batman, in addition to a brand new Bat Family series that's coming out sometime in the future, but we don't know too much about that right now. We need to talk about the biggest elephant in the room. We need to talk about the lineups between both platforms. This is for HBO Max, okay? Adventure Time, Craig Before the Creek, Craig of the Creek, but seasons 4 through 6. That's a bit of a problem right there right off the bat. Jessica's Big Little World, Total Drama Island. Keep in mind there, the revival, not the original version. Total Drama Rama. God, why? Villainous, which is strangely labeled as a Max original, and We Baby Bears, but we don't have much episodes. What kind of a lineup for Cartoon Network is that? Because this is why Hulu's lineup is so much better. Just look at this. Chowder, Flapjack, Regular Show, Adventure Time, with Distant Lands, originally an original for HBO Max, The Amazing World of Gumball, Teen Titans Go, ugh, not again, Uncle Grandpa, Steven Universe, with the future, and the movie, Over the Garden Wall, We Bare Bears, with the movie, Craig Before the Creek, just like HBO Max, Craig of the Creek, all 6 seasons, in its entirety, Jessica's Big Little World, and Clarence. The funniest thing is that apparently Adventure Time Fiona and Cake was on there as well, but that was more so of an error, and it shortly got removed a few hours later. Long story short, Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus are just better for the future of Cartoon Network, and it's just things like this are going to help Hulu and Disney Plus in the long term because of content like this.
Yeah, so Cartoon Network has a bigger content offering on Hulu more than on HBO Max when they have below 10 titles on HBO Max right now.
Yeah, and because of what's going on, all the Cartoon Network titles are going to be out of there before we know it on that platform. So who even knows if HBO Max is going to do anything about it? Because they're certainly not going to do it because Hulu's doing all the job for them.
Yeah, so basically, in a way, Hulu saved Cartoon Network in the world of streaming. Well,
yeah,
there is still the Cartoon Network mobile app, but we do have 3 possible hints that Hulu might help Cartoon Network's future in one way or another.
And we hope that y'all can understand where we're coming from with these, okay? So just hear us out on these 3 hints, okay?
The first one actually came from a YouTube live stream that they did last year for the 10th anniversary of the miniseries Over the Garden Wall, where they showed little banners that advertised the show's availability on Hulu, most likely due to the show being removed shortly before the anniversary on HBO Max.
But now, I need to, even though this is about Teen Titans Go, again, at the Warner Brothers studio lot, there's a new banner right now. I don't know if they probably changed it by now at this point, so it's probably not even there anymore. But look very closely at one part of this banner. You guys see that? You guys see that? If you look very closely, Cartoon Network, Max, and Hulu is right there alongside both platforms. So with this, they're trying to actually emphasize this. They're trying to tell you, hey, if you guys don't like Max, or if you guys just want to stream it somewhere else, we have it on Hulu as well. And better yet, Hulu on Disney Plus if you have that.
Yeah, but in all honesty, who's going to watch Teen Titans Go on Hulu?
Anyway, enough of the Teen Titans. They need to skedaddle out of here because we have quite possibly the biggest giveaway of all, and we all know about this right now. The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball, which was originally supposed to be the 7th season of The Amazing World of Gumball, was originally ordered for both CN and Max, but it was dropped by both in 2022 or 2023. We can't really confirm because they didn't give us the whole details of the series because they dropped the movie. So I'm pretty sure they did that around the same time, but picked up by Hulu, scheduled to release there later this year. So that right there, it's clear as day that Hulu is doing something about this when HBO Max and Cartoon Network, the channel itself, they're clearly not doing anything.
Now, to be completely honest, we don't know for sure if The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball is going to even air on Cartoon Network just yet. But since they've been rerunning the original series since the series finale in 2018, we have a feeling that it's probably going to air to probably promote the show's availability on Hulu. I don't know. I mean, if they can air Max originals like Jellystone, Tig and Seek, and the Fungies on Cartoon Network, then why not the wonderfully weird world of Gumball?
But
my God, that is such a long title.
Yeah, try saying that 10 times fast. But back to that list for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Adventure Time, Gumball, and Regular Show. What did those have in common for you guys?
Well, they are the biggest Cartoon Network originals of the 2010s.
Well, as a matter of fact, for those, they are expanding. Cartoon Network Studios, as a matter of fact, they're focusing now more on expanding their IP instead of doing something original. And to be honest, I'd rather have IP expansions than anything else, so honestly, I can't see any complaints about that. But now that we have an Adventure Time movie with 2 extra spin-offs, by the way, but the Gumball movie that everybody can't seem to be stop talking about on Twitter, there's also something else that's being rumored. We know that there's a Regular Show series coming out, but it's being rumored to be titled Regular Show Lost Tapes. And with adult animation being a better success on Hulu, aka with the new King of the Hill revival that's coming out, this will give Warner Brothers Discovery a better chance to explore these new services and put their stuff there. And especially with them giving, finally, a chance for all of us to see Coyote vs. Acme now that Ketchup Entertainment acquired it. But long story short, these changes that are happening, this is just what's going to happen over time. That's just how technology works. But we don't need to start pointing fingers at people just because of a decision that's just, I'm getting tired of you guys blaming David Zaslav for this over and over and over again, where we now have clear evidence that this is not his fault. It's just the way that they're changing their services and they want to explore going to other services. And now with Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus, we have that. And with the bundle, you have the best of both worlds. HBO Max for the adults, Hulu and Disney Plus for the animation lovers. You have it all.
Yeah, but David Zaslav is still the worst because he's not paying the animators, so he still sucks.
But yeah, hopefully we clarified everything. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Hulu is the best case scenario, or what? We like to know what you guys think about it.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below, and subscribe to our channel for more videos in the coming weeks.